in association with College of Mount St. Vincent Athletics, the Ball Habatim present the Yeshiva Maccabees versus the Mount St. Vincent Dolphins.
Them for them not done given your hometown. Wait, what?
Awesome. I love the Dolphins.
All right.
Game has started with a miss and a push
Let's go.
Ofek and one. No, miss on the shot, but love to see Ofek running. Positive, sure. We're going to stay positive.
Yeah. No, that was awesome.
Broadcast.
We saw a box up from Gabe, a great rebound and an outlet. That's already,
look at that push.
Something that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful, honestly, to be able to see that taking place. And also, one of the things we talked about, right, is defense leading to transition.
Yes,
right?
sir.
You saw that right there. So, great to see coming out. Great to see Ofek, who's probably still close to 80% at the line. I haven't looked in a while. I know he started out like scathing from the line.
The NJCU game really hurt his percentages. I think he's been good since then.
It's right, like 12 times, no? Something like that.
Broadcaster jinx.
He was shooting 80% until those. Like I said, they have some big men. They have 8 big men. Sorry,
I like this. Getting Ryan a post touch. They come to double immediately.
Oh, wait, is this? Because I'm looking around and I'm seeing if I see Pork, because I don't really see him, unless that's him right there. That's 22. That's Portis. He's the guy. Portis is the man. But this, I don't know if this is senior night for them. So I wonder if anyone's playing that normally wouldn't be in the starting rotation. It's always interesting when you don't have right, like when you're the away team on senior night. Nice strong move by Matan.
A nice play.
It's like you get a free couple minutes, right? It's like, when you're the away team on senior night, you got guys at the end of the bench playing. You got Max senior night this Saturday night, right?
Do we know what their Skyline standing is? Is this
so?
They're
7-7. This is it's kind of a big game. I think they'll be in anyways at 7 at even if they went 7-9. I think they might make it, but 8-7, 8 is going to definitely make it. Matan going to work. Like to see Gabe at the high post, making a move a little over, and that should be Mount St. Vincent's ball.
Dolphins ball.
They just played. I mean, they played a couple teams. Pretty like their record is. I don't know. Can we say their record these days is better than it appears? But they haven't. I mean, they lost a couple. They lost a bunch of games, but I think they recently played Farmingdale to within 6 points. Right. So this is a good team. Like you can easily see, like we talked about before, you have Yeshiva was only up by 3 at the half at home last game. Now we've tended to see YU play a little better on the road even. So let's see how this goes on the road. Gabe open from 3, gets Ryan on the cut. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what do we think of this number 3 Skyline team?
I think they're pretty good for a number 3 Skyline team.
It's a pretty strong number 3 Skyline team. I want to see the strength. I wonder if the strength of schedule, is going to be your conference. This conference, listen, I've been at the games live the last 2 Saturday nights. I mean, a number of the games. There's some real talent. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some real talent in this. To think that YU is head and shoulders above everyone else. Obviously, we've seen that not be the case recently. But YU is a very good team, but there is talent. And a lot of that talent was young talent who needed, a good 10 games, 15 games to get their play under them. We're seeing that against YU the last couple games. People
got Ethan in for Ofek.
Already early. The orange shoes always help. 1 of 2. We got 6-5. It's kind of early, right? 2:45 in for Ofek. I feel like something's wrong. with Ofek just in terms of physical, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out here. We got Ethan open for a three.
I like seeing Ethan take that.
I like it. I think that sort of wing shot is his deal. Really nice move. That's gotta be Portage. That dude is so good. And listen, YU's going to find themselves into some games, Shua.
Yes, I think that's...
I mean, they seem to always find themselves in games early. But they're finding themselves in games. Somebody's got to be open. Gabe is the one open from three, drains it.
You love seeing that. No hesitation.
I love when you see him step in, right? It's always a step, and he feels it. He wants that like half step on the catch. They leave him open for two, wide open, sort of going back with the big man off the play, and that's. But I see YU do a lot more of that too when they find themselves open, at the 16-foot mark. That was a beautiful shot. That was Dorian Robinson.
I mean, you'll take a open 20-footer. Those won't kill you, in my opinion.
You will. No, absolutely. Like, again, taking those jump shots, nice block. And that's McKenzie, I believe, who averages about a block and a half a game.
Yeah. We've seen the offense run through Mountain a little more than I'd like to see, but it's still getting.
Some of it's his aggression. No, I feel like he's always really aggressive and loves seeing that. It'd be good to see sort of work the ball around. See, yeah, I mean, that shot, a little contested. I feel like if he gives a pump, he can go. We'll see what happens here. This game, timeout, looks like Mount St. Vincent. 5 minutes into the game, we're seeing again, like usually, again, we see this, right? First half, people kind of back and forth, usually sparring with the other teams. These teams know each other pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that sticks out. The offense has had some good moments, had some clunky moments, but on the overall, they've been all right. The defense has, for the most part, contested. They've been there. Some good shot making from the Dolphins and a couple lapses, but overall, I think this is pretty consistent from Yeshiva.
Yeah, right now they're shooting 50% from the field, right? Early on, 4 for 8. A good start for them. They typically, as a team, shoot around 41%. So, again, you'd expect them to be in that neighborhood. But they do have guys like, again, even Portage shoots 46% from the field to 43% from three. That's really the guy to worry about. I mean, on a team that averages 70 points a game, he averages 20, right? So he's basically averaging almost 30% of their...
We're getting Oren in for Matan, I think, here. Want to see this lineup?
Look who's Oren's guarding. Seems to be guarding someone bigger than him. Let's see if he takes him in. Yep, he thought the same thing too. I like the defense. Nice bounce pass and finish. No, cannot finish at the rim. A little awkward angle, but cannot finish. But by the way, I saw the same mismatch. We'll see if they go back to it again because Oren is taking a taller player. He's defending against a taller player. Tried to take him to the hole last time. Again, offense usually run through Portis, but let's see if he tries to drive it again. Back to back, and it's called offensive. So look at that. They saw the same mismatch. I expected nothing less than both those plays, but that's great. One defensive stop and one charge taken. Looked like a clear out with the offhand.
Yeah, I told you these small lineups, especially in these matchups from Yeshiva, they're tenacious defensively. They secure most defensive rebounds, and they should offer a major plus on offense from spacing. Yeah, as I say that.
Little turnover. I think they're having a conversation, Patesh and Ethan, about where one should have been, where that pass was. You also saw the center taking Patesh, which was just an interesting switch. I'd like to see if that continues.
Yeah.
You got to get to Gabe. Well, what?
There's
Gabe,
a steal.
another pick. Dude is picking, and is that going to be called a charge or a block here? It's going to be staying here. Let's see if it's called on the shot.
It looks
Another
like Gabe's
pick.
at the line.
Yeah, another pick. Gabe had one of those last game, right, where he picked the little Euro step to finish the fast break. So Gabe taking it all the way there, and he's going to go back to the line where he's shooting, I think, closer to about 50 some odd percent. Where is he these days? 51%
Close
to
to
the line,
50%.
which I think will get better. I mean, he's just been in it more. I think you can see him down the stretch, probably closer to 65%. That's my take in terms of how he's been playing lately. He just seems to have a better feel for his shot.
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me if I'm biased, Nathan, for this lineup. I just really like them.
Well, I mean, listen. So far, we've seen a turnover and a transition play. So, we got to see how it is. I mean, the lineup on defense. Again, the shooting has come down, right? So the stops have come, including one charge, and that's news when it's not a charge taken by Lasco. But I'd like to see what this lineup does, because right now, that's the thing about this lineup is that, at least from a three-point standpoint, on this lineup in particular, Ethan and Gabe are actually, or I would say Gabe and Ethan maybe 4 and 5 in terms of the guys I want shooting. Beautiful shot by Ryan.
That was gorgeous. You notice they're bringing a lot more ball screens.
Yeah, freeing them up with a lot more ball screens, off ball. That is McKenzie. Deep three. 5 stops in a row for the small ball. 5 straight stops for small ball. You gotta like that, right? You gotta like that.
Ooh. I like that from Gabe. Pump and go.
I just think he had a path to the basket there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him finish that, even though he did have an open man 10-footer from the baseline. And here he's against the bigger man. Pull up Halpert.
Short.
Off the rim. Quick three, but Darab, good.
That was a nice shot.
He would turn around looking for the foul as well.
Nice pass from Gabe.
It's a beautiful pass inside. YU up 14-13 right now.
Another turnover.
Steal by Ryan. He's got Ethan on the break. Good to see Ethan not sort of, try to get body and get the foul call and actually just focus on finishing that layup. Again, smaller guys, but focusing on finishing that layup. 16.
That was awesome. Great transition. Another one.
Another steal. Again, Mount St. Vincent being careless with the ball. Gabe finishes. Nice finish. Love to see the big men finish running the break.
That's 10-3 from this lineup.
I'm a little biased as well. I love to see the big man finish on the break. It's a beautiful thing. If they run all the way down, I don't care if it's a break or anything else, or on that's a nice block.
Defense right there.
That is a beautiful block. I love when the refs let him just play. There was no contact there.
Let's go.
Beautiful. Another turnover. Here comes Ofek. So small ball stays, right? You can still consider this small ball lineup, right? And he comes in for Eitan. So still the small ball lineup. We got a few folks watching with us. We'd love it. Hit us up in the chat. We'll answer questions. We'll talk topics. Love to hear your opinions on the Max. We'd love to, again, we're all in the positive vibe. Love to see this happening. A lot of motion, a lot of ball screens happening. Ryan, 1-on-2. No good, out of bounds over the top.
You'll notice also it's not as easy for them to double Ryan as it is in some of those other lineups. You're leaving a shooter if you're doubling him here.
Correct, although you did see a hard double. That McKenzie made a very hard double there.
Right at the end.
It's also good to see Ryan elevate. The last 2 games, surprising, we've seen Ryan get blocked a number of times on his release. So good if he's making that adjustment, elevating. They're not making contact. It's just him missing the shot. But again, those are tough shots. We've seen him pull off a couple of them.
All right. Our small ball lineup gave their burst. Now we're back.
We got Jordan.
Jordan at the 5.
We got a Jordan sighting. We love it. Love to see the man bun.
Yep.
Another stop.
That's what Jordan brings. Jordan brings tough defense in the post, and good reaction.
The defense looks really good. I mean, the activity on defense looks really good. Not too many open shots. If they're open shots, they're open for only a second. Hesitation by Lasco. Doesn't want to pull the trigger. Again, like I said, I'm not sure he's still comfortable with that there. And we got a missed three. Looked like it was way off by Patesh. Robinson blocked. It looked like a block by Jordan, and it looks like it's off Mount St. Vincent. Yeah, we had a little feed hiccup, but that shot by Oren was back rim. Back rim, just a little too deep. But really nice block. I hope Jordan gets credit with the block. I've been seeing way too much of stat skimping on Jordan. I'm telling you, I was live for one of these games. He had like 5 or 6 blocks. I looked at the end of the box score. He had 2 or 3. I couldn't believe it. So, right.
Yeah, I think that was against Sarah Lawrence. I remember that.
Yeah,
one.
Sarah Lawrence. He was dominating, and he even had a beautiful 3. That's Patesh. So the last couple games, by the way, when Patesh has come in, he's gotten 1 or 2 looks, missed them. It's really good to see him have the minutes to play to get the flow of the offense and really the trust on D. And he is coming through. You have to wonder what happens and where Adi is, right? And is this, again, another rotation change?
Great play.
Put back Ryan. Ethan goes right to the basket.
All right.
23-13. They went up. I want to say they were up 13-12. So this looks like an 11-0 run.
10-8, I think. 10-8 was
10-8, but also 13-12.
Yeah.
I think this is an 11-0 run because I think Ryan hit the layup, put him on 14-13. So this is nice to see. And it's really been fueled by the defense, some in transition, some straight off steals.
Yep. Yeah, the defense has been superb. You've seen activity. You've seen there were no lazy rotations, closeouts. I haven't seen the last wide open. Last wide open by St. Vincent, I think, was that 15-footer we spoke about.
Yeah, the 20-footer. I think even though it was I wouldn't call it wide open. It was an open shot, but it was off transition. So Darab's 3 from the wing. It was a quick shot right before the man came, but it was on transition. So open, but felt more contested. But yeah, everything here seems contested. Rotations on defense looking strong. It's leading to some good offense, some good transition opportunities. Love this. Love seeing the Max play active hands. I think look at the stats pretty quickly, but I think there's a number of, I want to say probably 4 or 5 steals already in the game.
Yeah, I think you're probably correct. We saw like 3 of them in a row with the small ball lineup. Good defense.
4 steals.
That was a better shot. That was a great
4
shot.
steals so far. So again, the offense is doing their job. Listen, Borsitz, I think, is going to get his. I'd be surprised. He averages 19.5 a game. He scored 16 the first time they played. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get 20. It looked like it was a foul call there.
An illegal screen, maybe?
Off a change, we'll see. Let's look at the individual stats for a second, see if we pick up a foul. Yeah, that might have been a foul on Armstrong. Yeah, that was his first foul, so maybe an illegal screen there. And again, a beautiful. I mean, the guy can shoot. Let's just put it this way. That is a scorer. So the Max now giving up four consecutive. We'll see what happens. Ofek on the reverse. The man
to see that.
Owns the baseline. Gorgeous play. So 25-17 Max. About 8 minutes left. Ooh, little floater there. Some contact, no call, but it goes in. Samuels with the jumper. He hangs. Ryan can hang.
I want to talk about that Ofek play for a second. So that's a player understanding his strengths, right? So if that was Eitan, you would have liked him to fade to the corner on that play, but Ofek understood, drive hard to the basket off the Ethan drive, and got a layup out of it. And here we got another transition.
That is a gorgeous pass by Ofek. Oh, the finish. Not there for Ethan, but that is a gorgeous pass.
Missing some bunnies here, but it's looked good otherwise.
Still 27-19, but love to see, look, the speed to transition, right? That was just a straight up rebound, right? That wasn't a steal coming off. So that's what we call the smooth transition from defense to offense. Again, they being able to stop a long shot, being able to start the break. Ofek put it into hyperdrive. Which you see
those are the type of
corner.
plays you're not going to get if you're not forcing a lot of misses.
Again, offensive board happens a lot. You're absolutely right. Offensive board happens a lot on the rebounds, right? So even if you're boxing out, if you air ball, offensive board, very likely Jordan comes across the arms, and then it's going to be a call. You know, you want to. I think what's going to be interesting here is to see how Jordan settles into this role. Right? This is only game 3. Right? Game 3 of not being the starter after starting for the first 19 games or so. I'm not sure if he played every game, maybe he missed one, but basically that to me it's tough, right? It's tough mentally to go from that role when you come off the bench. You're more of an energy guy, and they count on you for more energy. So we'll see how Jordan continues to adjust and adapt to that role. I think we've seen Tan right back in. So the lineup, to reset the lineup here, it's Batesh is in as well. Right, so you got Eitan, Ofek, Oren, Matan, and Gabe. Sort of 1 through 5. Let's see if the offense either runs through Gabe or we see some more Halper time. Fade to the corner, you saw that. Step in, step out. Beautiful, Oren. That was Oren step in.
Came into Gabe's line of vision and got a free out of it.
Faded to the side. He stepped in, his defender stepped back, and then he just faded to the corner. Whoa!
That was a great shot.
That is a great shot, contested shot. That man, 12 points now for Portage. Gave a little bully ball.
See, that's what you have to again. Around them, they can't bring the double. They can't afford to bring the double, and then you get those opportunities.
Transition.
That's too easy.
Get set. There went right to the basket. Right to the basket. But right now it's been an offensive battle. The stops that have been coming before for either team have slowed down. But good to see the pace. While you settling it down. Ofek open from the corner for 3. Doesn't go.
Wonder if Ryan's out right now, but I wonder if when Ryan's back in, you put him on. You know,
see what happens.
Yeah.
I think you know what? I think with the way the defense is playing, you could save him a little bit. I mean, not that he needs saving necessarily, but I think with the way the defense is playing actively. Right, those are tough jumpers by Portage. There's a couple of them so far. I don't like having right now. Eitan's on him, and he can shoot over Eitan, and it's like Ryan. He can shoot over it. He's a big dude. Ofek to Gabe, back to Batesh, back to Gabe. The ball's swinging around a lot. Again, I'm not sure anybody's getting any deeper positioning, but nice cuts. Ofek seeing the lane so
Beautiful.
Quick to the tin.
This is the old Ofek. You love to see it. That is a very positive sign for YU's offense.
When you think of the balance, right, Shua? Like meaning if you had to come up right with the ideal box score, right, after a game was over, forget about it, you don't know what happened, right? What's the ideal box score in terms of looking at scoring, right? You want to see Ryan right where somewhere in those mid-20s. Right, and Ofek, we've come to get those great games that he plays. Right, that's like what 10 to 14.
Yeah, I think even early in the season it was like the 15 to 18 range.
Yeah, and again, it depends. Sometimes that depends on how aggressive Gabe wants to be that night.
Right,
because I think tonight we've seen Gabe come out aggressive. He's got 9 points already on a variety, right? He's got, if I remember correctly, the 9 points is 1 3, 2 free throws, a bully ball layup in half court, and a layup in transition. So again, we've seen Gabe again in all phases here. Such a key. Portage off the pick. He doesn't need much space to fire, but he's way off on that one.
Like you said, you want him. We'll let him take those shots.
But Ryan is on him. To your point, Ryan is on him. He was on him that possession. And now Ryan gets fouled and open. Oh,
Let's
it's
go.
just so pretty.
Yeah,
It's just so pretty.
What a shot!
That is beautiful. A miss inside by the big man.
Clean up the board and bring it back out.
Guys, for those on the
they're calling. It's a weak call on Eitan.
was that carry? What do we get?
They called the moving screen on Eitan. He was setting like a down screen.
Ethan or Eitan down screen.
Eitan.
For those guys, for those who viewers who are on the Gabe triple double watch, which we like to do frequently, 9 points, 5 assists, 4 boards so far in the first 16 minutes. It's kind of like it's almost a barometer for the Max too, right? I mean, if Gabe's having those kind of numbers, typically it's a good sign for the way the Max offense is rolling.
Yep.
Good active hands. Is there a more fearsome double team than Gabe and Ryan coming at you with the ball? Like, I'm not sure I'd be comfortable with that. I'd maybe just like, here, go, hand it to them. Please take it. I just don't want to be swatted. But yeah, you are seeing Ryan taking Korsich, and let's just see what happens there. Oh, they call a miss. That wasn't even tipped. They call a miss on the inbounds.
So you'd like to see Yeshiva opens to like a 15-point game halftime, but so far so good in this first half. Really like what we're seeing here.
Awesome.
Great pass.
It goes over as I plug in.
Couple missed layups for Matan.
It's almost like, you know what? Sometimes with Matan, and it's a beautiful thing, by the way, in a lot of ways, especially as he skies for that board. It's almost like he wants contact. If he's open for a layup, it's not good, right? He needs the contact to be able to finish.
There's
nice.
that Gabe drive. There's that Gabe
Telling
drive
you, you're seeing a lot more aggressiveness out of him the last couple of games, really since the Farmingdale State game. Just more present on offense, but really more aggressive. And he's up to 11. Nice move. I think that's Robinson again. No, that's not Robinson. That was Jeremiah Simmons. A nice drive. That's a foul. We got a foul down. Oh, travel. I thought he traveled before he took the step, and they didn't call that, but they called travel going in. So we don't have much. We have not many teams. Not much in foul trouble here, right? Just to reset for a little bit. Only a few fouls, I think 4 on each.
10-point game.
11 points here. Korsich with Ryan on him. Let's see if he's a little more reluctant to shoot. Gabe and Ryan. And he throws the ball away. You got Lasco. Nathan, wide open Ryan in the corner there. Too late. You know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
Can't let the best player in D3 get that much space.
I mean, you just sometimes it's just uncanny. You know, you get so spoiled and used to it, right? Game after game after game, as Dara puts another offensive rebound back. He's been incredibly active this game. He's got 10 so far. You know what? I think we're seeing a little bit of what's happening here. You know, at the beginning of the season, if you were a Max fan, what you thought would happen is a lot of domination from Gabe and Ryan, right? And you're seeing that a little bit here. Oh, bully ball on the big man. Wow.
You saw how there was almost the thread of the handoff. The thread of the handoff kind of created that easy look. It's
just so beautiful. 13 for Gabe. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the most points he's scored in a half so far this year.
I think that's.
I could be wrong. I don't think he's had a 20-point game yet this year. I just can't remember. Oh, how did that come back out to Ryan? He's going to take that 3. That is ballsy. He takes it back. I guess he's going 2 for 1. Wide open, another sloppy turnover. Oh, I say it all along. If Ethan can find his stroke, this is a totally different team. And
I agree.
I've seen him in shoot around. He has the stroke. He could. It's there. So just got to see it come together in a game. Has nailed the three. That's Robinson nails a three. Back to an 11-point game. So could have got close to running away with it, and now coming back.
Yeah, that was a big 3-pointer from Mount St. Vincent. Talk about staying in a game.
Shot clock's down to 15. Again, play clock only 5 more seconds on it. So you see the Max not holding for one, but holding. Gabe getting the inside again. He misses it this time. McKenzie trying. Oh, Lasko there tries to force it in. As a gorgeous steal. That's probably 6 or 7 steal in the game, maybe more. And that's it. That's the half. 44-33 at the half. That's beautiful. I would invite, again, other people to come join us as we talk at halftime. That is a nice active half. And to tell you the truth, right, if you go back to the first game, Mount St. Vincent, between Mount St. Vincent and YU, score at the half was 38-35 YU. So
the defense was the same. The offense was better. You're saying
the defense was the same, but also I think I'm going to probably say they had more transition going on, right? More transition.
Yeah, I think it was a faster pace. You're probably right on a points per possession. They were probably much better defensively,
which definitely helps them.
Yeah.
So Terrell hit 2,000 points with that 3-pointer.
Wow, we missed that?
I believe he was 15 up. I just remember someone telling me he was 15 away from 2,000. So with that 3-pointer, I believe he has 16 now for the half. And he surpassed 2,000 points. Again, a huge milestone.
That's an incredible accomplishment from an incredible player.
Right. Every point he scores is another point away from somebody else catching him in the YU record books. And it's just, it's just, like I said, you get spoiled. The shots he's taking, the way it works, he had a pretty good shooting half. Just to review these numbers that we're seeing, really, really, really good half. Really great seeing everyone. I think the comments that we're getting, which we've said as well, right? An aggressive Gabe Leifer is something that usually makes Max fans smile. 13 points for Gabe, his highest scoring game. Small ball lineup, right? Working in Batesh, also something that makes Max fans happy. Batesh with 2 threes. So that's beautiful to see. Ryan, again, doing Ryan things that we've come to expect. 16 points, 64% shooting from the field. Perfect from the 3-point line. You know what? I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't know. That last one looked like a 3-pointer on the ball that got tipped out, but maybe they're saying he was on the line. But that looked like a 3-point attempt. But again, here in the stats, at least, perfect from the 3-point line. And where YU has struggled a little bit in some of the games where they found themselves behind in the first half, even the game ago against St. Joe's where they didn't hit a 3 in the first half, we've now seen them hit 5 threes already in the first half, and that's without Eitan hitting one. So, we're excited to see what happens. The stats seemed off to me, Shu. I don't know if you were watching the same guy I did. I'm pretty sure I saw Lasko take 2 threes. And we only have him as only has Lasko shooting 1 3. So again, some things that I saw differently than maybe the scorebook saw. But a really good half for YU.
Well, there was definitely that 1 3 off of the turnover. That miss.
Right. And he took a 3 earlier that we wanted to go down, right? You said you were happy to see him so aggressive on that left wing.
Yeah.
So
he seemed to be well behind the 3-point line.
Exactly. On both of those. The orange shoes help us. They help us with the line of demarcation. So it's really great to see this. It's really great to see YU starting to come out again. It is a conference opponent, but it's a conference opponent that's 7-7. And this, Shua, come to think of it, this may end up being their first round opponent, right? If they finish at 8-8, you may end up seeing Mount St. Vincent as YU's first round opponent. So it may be someone that they face as well, depending on where things net out in the Skyline.
On that topic, have we got anybody watching the scoreboard? Farmingdale beat St. Joseph Brooklyn, I'm assuming.
Yeah, let's do some scoreboard watching in the Skyline. Let's get it up. Let's pull it up and see what we got here. It's a very good point. I know our good friend and Balabas Moshe Kolat was I heard he was going to light some candles, do some other things to try to get a Brooklyn win. I'll be honest too. I'm with you. I think that the I kind of think that they play better on the road. I don't know why. I've always felt that. But the Macs seem to do better on the road, away from maybe some of the eyeballs. All right, so what we saw tonight already is St. Joseph's, who's coming to our place. To just let you know, they beat Johnson and Wales 77-68. For some reason, I can't help but think that Johnson and Wales had a team of chefs running around outside. I can't get away from that at all. Every time I see Johnson and Wales, I feel like it's a cooking school, and I'm sure it's awesome. No, nothing meant by it, but that's just the image I get. And then we have a couple other games going on in the Skyline, as you mentioned. One of those being Farmingdale. I'm looking for it. Some of the scores aren't there yet. So we'll definitely go. I'm going to go check out their thing. But Farmingdale State did. They crushed Brooklyn by 21, 73-52. So that's one of the Skyline scores that we were taking a look at. So Farmingdale State maintaining the number one spot in the conference. St. Joe's Long Island, obviously coming off the big win, beat Old Westbury, and I think that moves them into either fourth or fifth. I'm not sure exactly, but they are 10-5 in the conference. And then you had Manhattanville and the Merchant Marines, who are actually still battling to see who's going to be number one in that side of the bracket, which I believe would make one of them a number two. But that game should be coming close to a finish, so I'm going to go check that out on the Merchant Marine site. What do you think we'll see from YU in the second half in terms of play, in terms of rotation, how long they let the starters go if they're able to push that lead?
I think it'll be like pretty consistent with what we've seen earlier. I think the starters or the rotation guys, I'd say, not necessarily the starters themselves, but the guys at the top of the rotation, will see them in, unless this turns into like a 30 plus point blowout. I think we'll see them in until well under 5 minutes. I think whether we'll see more of the small ball will be dependent on how the lineup with Matan looks coming out. If they open up that lead to a 20-point lead or so, we might see less small ball. If the game is closer, I think we'll see more. Although personally, I'd like to see the small ball regardless, because I think this could be a lineup that's a weapon in some of their bigger games to come. So I'd like to see them get more play. I mean, from my watching and also the stats that I've compiled, they're by far Yeshiva's best lineup. And we've seen it again today. I think they outscored. They were 10-3 in their few minutes here, with like probably over 50% of their defensive possessions were turnovers. So I'd like to see more of the small ball. And it's hard to say for me, but I think in this is the type of game that Jordan might be more of a positive than Matan, where the lack of rim protection when he's out is really apparent.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a couple of rebounds, right? We've seen a couple of rebounds down low off piece. They're going to go. They went into McKenzie a couple of times. So I think, yeah, you may be right. I like to see. I also just like to see Jordan get some minutes back. I really don't think he played himself out as much as Matan played himself in. Meaning, there are some things he can always do better, but for the most part, he gives you that defensive presence, especially if Gabe is going to continue to push on the offensive end, right? To be able to have another anchor on the defensive side of the ball. So just from a scoreboard check and a standings check, so the Merchant Marines did end up winning. They beat Sarah Lawrence 85-46. We have an interesting game, actually a really low scoring game. So we'll see what takes place there. But you have the Manhattanville, who I believe was in first place coming into tonight at 10-3 versus 10-4 Merchant USMMA, are only up by 6. On Mount St. Mary's, who is 4-9 in the Skyline Conference. So just to see what happens there, they're shooting only 37% and 1 for 11 from 3 in the first half. So you may see that in the Skyline, as we look at the Skyline standings, you may end up seeing those Skyline take basically flip-flop in terms of who's on top. So it would, if the Manhattanville doesn't win this game, the Merchant Marines would actually take the number 2 spot. Sarah Lawrence losing tonight probably really hurts their chances on making it, but lucky for them, Old Westbury also lost. So they're really battling for that, 2 of the last spots with Purchase as well. I don't know what Purchase was playing tonight or not. But we'll start to see standings updated, as we go. St. Joe's, yeah. I mean, listen, all the best records are all in the South Division this year. Although the Merchant Marines are 11-4, but St. Joe's is the 3rd in the South Division, who is going to end up being right now. They are the 5 seed at 10-5. Farmingdale on a streak as well. They've won 8 in a row. They only have 42 to go, but they've already won 8 in a row, and I believe tonight they're 9th in a row.
Yeah, they're a very good team. We've known it for a while, and they've just improved before our eyes from earlier in the season to where they're at now, and they're going to be a tough out, whether it's at the MSAC or the more likely option at Farmingdale at their home court. They're going to be a tough Skyline Conference championship matchup.
No, and I think they're a young team, right? A couple underclassmen. So they got better as the season progresses, as usually happens. So we're going to see a lot of that. We have about 4 minutes left, 4.5, something like that left to the start of the second half. Appreciate all those with us. One other bit of news in the Skyline. So congratulations to Maritime, who actually beat Purchase on the road, which I believe 97-90 tonight. I didn't know Maritime had 97 points in them, to be honest. But they win 97-90 on the road tonight, and that is a significant win for them because I believe that is their first win, if I'm not mistaken. That is their first win in the division. So in the North Division, but also in the conference, they are 1-14, and basically, I think that nearly puts an end to Purchase's chances. They are 5-10. I guess they could win and tie Sarah Lawrence and Old Westbury at 6-10. But that's I think we have our bracket set up. YU right now, for those wondering, at the 3 seed, right? YU would end up playing the 6 seed, and right now that would be, as we talked about, guess who?
That would be our current opponent.
Current opponent, Mount St. Vincent. So the Mount St. Vincent Dolphins currently sitting at the 6 seed. And even, I believe, it's still a game in hand with the losses by both Old Westbury and Purchase. The season ends, just so we can see a little bit here from the Skyline perspective. I always like to see who's playing in those end of season matchups. After tonight. So Thursday, you have a game between, again, Mount St. Vincent, Mount St. Mary and Manhattanville, I think, rescheduled. So basically they're playing, it looks like 2 games in a row, at least on the schedule, because they missed. I think they had to reschedule their first game. So they're playing tonight, and then it's a home and home. They'll play at Mount St. Mary on Thursday night, and that will be, while YU takes on St. Joe's in a big anticipated break. And then the next thing we know is you have Purchase and Sarah Lawrence basically possibly playing to see who goes to the playoffs in the 8th spot. Sarah Lawrence, I believe, with a win, obviously goes. The question is going to be whether Purchase if Purchase wins that game and Old Westbury loses to Farmingdale State, you could end up with a 3-way tie at 6-10. And to be honest, in that case, I do not know who would go and who would stay when it comes to the conference play. I don't know what their records are. So not that everyone's worried about who the 8th seed in the Skyline is. I was worried about it when YU was going to play the 8th seed, but YU is not looking like they're going to be playing the 8th seed in the conference anymore, and therefore not as interested in it. So we got about 2 minutes left. Again, if you have anything you want to say, please throw it on the chat. I'm going to read the chat. We got a lot of things going on here. Just give a shout out. Thank you guys for being so active. Let's look at that. Again, someone mentioned, Aaron Simon mentioned Motion looks better. We're seeing a lot of ball screens. That's one of the things we pointed out, both away from the ball and in the ball action. So that's good to see. Comments about Terrell hitting 2,000, Gabe being aggressive, which is awesome. Really a good solid half. Agree with you, Jay. Good solid half here. Ryan mentioning he needed 2,000. So Ryan, thank you. You're right. He 13th to hit 2,000. So I guess he hit it with his original bucket, not his 3-pointer. So we got that going through. A lot of turnovers. Yeah, we've seen that tonight. I think we're going to go to the stats for a second. Big question, Jay. You said it. I know you heard us talking about it. We're positive. We said we're going to be positive. More positivity here. What's a D, right? What is a D? Is a D playing himself out of the rotation? Is there still a spot? I'm going to go on record again because I'm being positive. We've talked a little bit about this. I really think it's a mistake the way he's been played, because usually when you see a D in the game, you see him put in with Lasco, with Jordan. We saw him a different time with Jordan and Matan. Right? So the lineup matters to when a D goes in, especially if a D is going in to play defense, right, and play against a guard that penetrates and try to stop that penetration. What I'd like to see more is I'd like to see a D come in to spell Ryan, to spell somebody, but keep the rest of the offense on the court. So I don't think he's played himself out completely, but you may be seeing some signs of that. I just want to see better usage even going forward, and wondering what those watching actually think, right? Hit us up in the chat. I'm a big fan of seeing what a D can do when he has 4 rounds he could play, and when you don't rely on him to be the point guard. Don't let him play the OFAC role. I've seen him cut to the basket. I've seen him hit layups. When you require him to be on the edge and shoot threes, that's when you get into a little trouble. So here we're back. Second half is kicked off. Max with the ball coming at you. Shua's back.
I'm back.
Shua, the big question is whether a D has played himself out of the lineup. We'll talk about that in a little bit as the game goes on. And then we talked about, as I just mentioned, finding a role for a D. Beautiful three to Gabe, kick it off. It's like watching threes in slow motion, but it's so pretty. And I think on both of Gabe's threes tonight, no rim, nothing but net on both those shots. Beautifully splash.
And you got a turnover.
Another defense, another turnover. Defense strong, and this lineup played really strong defense once we got to about the 4 or 5 minute mark. Well, actually, I mean, Alasko came in, so I guess he was on part of that. Last game, if you remember, against Mount St. Vincent, the defense was almost legendary, winning the second half 43-14. So the second half was really a domination, 29-point margin on the second half alone. Aggressive Gabe. Short pull-up, gets his own rebounds. A second time, hits a cutting OFEC. Lays it off to Matan. Oh, wow. Gabe is here to play tonight. This is beautiful. This is just awesome. I think I'm going to call it now. I wonder what everyone thinks. I'm calling triple double is what I'm calling. I know it's not a big call. We got an outside three from the corner. No good. Another max board. Bob saw them boxing out, so that's good. Now pushing it down the floor. Shua, what are we going to see? Are we going to see OFEC play a little longer?
I think so. I think, yeah.
As Ryan misses the three, another offensive rebound. That's the third no foul call. And now there's a foul, it looks like on Matan over the back. But that's the third offensive rebound already with 2 minutes into the half. So that is beautiful to see as well. Sorry, I cut you off.
Letting them play a little inside.
Let's talk about OFEC's defense for a second. As we play into this man-to-man. He's always typically on quicker guards. We like to see that. Nice shot drained here. Do you think that early substitution sometimes is about defense more than offense?
Yeah, I definitely do think so. I think this lineup is pretty strong offensively, especially if you factor in the Matan's ability to grab offensive rebounds.
I didn't see a travel there. I was about to call the quick double, right? We were talking about in the first half. We didn't see as many of those quick doubles. Now those doubles are coming right away, especially on the perimeter. You're seeing that quick double.
Yeah, and
Poked away by
turnover.
Ryan. Let's see if he takes it all the way to the cup. He does and finishes right around the defender who stopped to take a charge.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'd like to see them come with the quick double, but you want to see why you have a bit of a game plan to turn that into a 4-on-3 with the
Great
with
defense,
the rest of the
deep
players
pass,
on the court.
but contested fast break pass. We got 8 on here. Gabe open again from 3. Wow.
Money.
Wow.
Cannot leave Gabe open.
Gabe Leifer show tonight.
That was beautiful. Talking about Ophic's defense, I agree. I think Ophic's defense can be a huge plus, and we've seen it. He's a very strong, tenacious defender, and he's quick with rotations. And I think that will gets back to our general discussion about why on defense. A lot of that is down to intensity, hustle, effort. When he's right, it's really awesome.
This is just unbelievable to see. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen. I think he's on the cusp of. I want to say he's on the cusp of 20 points. Yeah, he's got 19 points right now. So, Gabe triple double watch for those playing the home game with us. It's 19 points for Gabe as he leads the team. Ryan has 18, but 19 points for Gabe on 7 of 13 shooting, 3 or 5 from 3, perfect from the line. He has 7 boards and 5 assists. So, unfortunately, when he scores so much, those assist numbers go down. But we'll take it. He hasn't gotten an assist since late in the first half. But right now, he's 3 boards and 5 assists shy of that triple double. It's beautiful to see. And you know what else is beautiful to see? We've seen a lot of poor, I would say, ball control play from Eitan. Eitan right now with 4 assists to 1 turnover.
That was a made shot, but Gabe just had a tremendous box out on that one.
And he was in his face, contested. No call on the pick contact. Looks like it either goes offensive or we don't get a call on the defensive end. It's all good. Ryan with a tip out. Ethan in. Eitan from the corner. Still not finding that stroke. And you're going to have a foul to stay here. Wow. Ryan putting a little pressure on the offensive rebound. Gets that shove. And it looks pretty. 54-38 here with 16-12 left. Not many fouls called in the game, to be honest. We have YU with nobody in foul trouble, only 6 fouls total so far for the game. Only 1 or 2 this half, and that's the 4 fouls only on Mount St. Vincent for the game. So only the first foul this half. So a very clean game. I wouldn't even say the refs are letting them play as much. There really hasn't been a ton of inside action. Deep 3 by that is... For a man who's struggling to find his shot, he took one from deep down. Porzic, beautiful Porzic. That is a beautiful, beautiful shot. We're seeing him, just light it up. 15 points so far. Hey, listen, he could play with almost anybody in the country. I don't know if he's definitely not Ryan there, but as a pure scorer, as Ryan comes back and nails to hit 20.
It's beautiful from Ryan. Not much you can do about it when he's pulling up with 2 men on him. Turnover.
Nice steal. Steal by Eitan. Detection again early in the rotation. Gabe with the ball up top. Wow, hits Eitan posting down low.
Yeah, Eitan had superb position there.
Don't look now, but guess who just had 2 more assists?
Yeah. No, that was great positioning from Eitan and great eye from Gabe to see that.
Oh, that guy looks out of bounds, and they're going to call. No, its ball stays in. Saved by Durbin side. An inside play and a layup. So Mount St. Vincent scoring a little bit, but YU is pushing significantly here. Now up 15. Again, scoring at a high clip, but it's going both ways. I got to see if the defense can come back. Another illegal
moving screen.
We got a lot of those in the bank. That looks like Ryan from here. Sorry, guys. Sometimes the scoreboard is a little, or the the video view is a little far away, but that looks like Ryan picking up his first foul. And just scoreboard watching, Mount St. Mary's coming out strong, actually takes the lead on Manhattanville. So interesting to see what's going to happen there. If they come out like we said. Jump ball. Eitan's D has been solid. Let's give credit where credit's due. Eitan's D has been very, very solid tonight. Gary Wolf, this is a live game. Live game action here. We are calling all this live. Really love seeing the team tonight. And do you know what? This is for our boy Ari Lamb. Shua, do you know what we haven't seen tonight? We haven't seen any complaining on foul calls. No whining.
It's hard to complain when you're not getting many, but we'll give the credit.
We have 6-7 foul calls so far on the max, and not one single complaint. So all screens, even off of some interesting. I think we've had 3 or 4 now screen violations. I think at least 3. I don't know if we got a 4th there, but yeah, I think 3 screen violations. So not pretty in terms of some of those plays, but love to see the max again. It always helps, right, when you're winning. But love to see that. 2 for 2, also from the line. I think we're 5 of 6 now. Not going to line many trips, like we said. Not many fouls. Beautiful
Gabe
steal again. Gabe has been all over with the hands. We've seen this the last 3 games. Really anticipating. Comfortable shooting early in the clock. Not there, but we got an offensive board. No. They'll come away with it. Courses will actually come away with it and take it to the hoop. And the basket. That's, I believe, 17 for him.
Did we get a dunk there?
Was that a turnover or a bucket? I can't believe we missed the bucket. Let's check it out for a second. I don't know who knows what happened there. We missed a Terrell dunk. Come on, camera angle.
What's the score you got over there? Nothing.
62-45.
And we got another.
We got an offensive foul.
It's interesting to see a crew that's very strict with their illegal screens, but pretty much loose with everything else.
You know what? They don't want anything to get in the way of good offense.
That's a good way of putting it.
I respect that. I respect that from the referee.
These refs are all about clean offenses.
Exactly. They're all about clean offense. They're purists. And I like to see that. We got 30 seconds. We got 13:25 left in the game. We got a breakage here and now we'll start back up again. 13:20. YU up 17 again. They started this half up 11, 44-33. So already a pretty high scoring first 7 minutes. 30 points in the first 7 minutes. Batesh in, as we mentioned. The lineup again we'll set is Gabe, Ryan, Batesh, Matan. It looks like Ofek there. Matan. As I said, the aggression. You have to. I mean, listen. When they're playing a man, Matan is often going to find himself on the 4th or 5th best player on the court, and I think that's where he has a significant advantage. He really is a talented offensive player, and he shows aggression. Nice jump stop. No good. Ball out of bounds to the max. 12:37 to go. 64-45. We may see
something that I'm curious to dive deeper into, but it seems like Gabe feels more freedom to jump out when he's playing the 5. Like when they're playing the small ball lineups, you've seen a lot of those Gabe steals jumping out on the perimeter. There's another. Oh, you can't leave him open right now.
I mean, this is maybe like a Hamavim Yavin thing, but like literally every time he takes a 3, I feel like it's Modin. You got like sort of like a really focused bow. You got some slow. It's great. It's like it's watching a good Shmona Esrei right there.
Look at the tenacity on defense right now.
Offhand, I mean, this is going to go back, and maybe somebody can do some digging on the chat. Does anybody know what Gabe's high game was. I don't know what his highest scoring game is for his Max career. Usually he's distributing.
I think he had over 30 in a couple games.
Did he have over 30 in a couple games? I mean, I want to probably go back to pre-Ryan years. He may have had some really big games that year. You know, I'm not sure again, and maybe in 19 there were some games there, but I do not know that offhand. We'll look it up. But if somebody knows, feel free to put it in the chat. Gabe with 22 now.
There was a game, I think it was a playoff game a couple years back in the Skyline playoffs where Gabe hit like a 30-footer at the end of the shot clock leaning in. I think that was a game he put up either in the high 20s or low 30s. I'll have to look back. It was at home, and it was the first one. It might have been in 18-19.
I think I count that as another assist for Gabe.
Yeah.
As Ryan hits the jumper.
Nope, another turnover.
Steal. Matan with the ball. Hits Ryan Cunning.
Great pass.
Finishes the hoop and the harm. It looks like, so we got the foul call as well. So a 3-point play, the first 3-point play of the game.
Yeah, Nathan, we're seeing clearly what we were discussing earlier. It's that their half-court offense has been consistent, I think, throughout the year for the most part. Maybe the IW game was one blip. It's the difference in terms of defense and transition opportunities that really is the difference between why you putting up 90 plus and why you putting up 75, 80. And we're seeing that in this game clearly. The transition buckets are really running up the score for them.
100% right. You called it out well. Again, I think the scoreboard doing some interesting things here as it keeps moving around, but it should be 71-46, I believe, with Ryan going to the line to finish off a 3-point play.
Did someone get a technical? I assume so.
The camera is going away. Is Ryan shooting some free throws? I wonder if that was a coach technical, because I didn't see anything on the player side. I'm not sure why the camera is panning away.
And so now he's going to shoot a free throw?
So it looks like he hit.
So he hit the technical.
But he hit the technical after the first free throw. It looked like it came. That's interesting. If the technical was called, and that's why they're giving the ball back to YU. So he hit the 3-point play, then got called for the technical after the play was already over, after the free throw, and now the ball goes back to YU, or maybe that's what they're discussing.
Shouldn't YU have 73 then?
No, one technical, they had 6. Oh, you're right. If he hit, I don't know if he hit the technical free throw. That's what we didn't see that on our view.
You want to check the play-by-play?
We just saw the ball bouncing away, but it says he missed that free throw.
Oh, he missed the technical. And now we got an illegal screen again.
I am shocked. Oh, it is sometimes painful to watch illegal screens, but again, the Max offense has been anything but painful to watch tonight. It has really been incredible. Motion working, transition working on offense. Again, it's been a long time since they've been in the 70s before the 10-minute mark, Shua.
Yes, it has. I think maybe the Sarah Lawrence game.
Right, then 96-45, they really put it to the
Yeah.
Ryan off the mark. Ball still alive. Mount St. Vincent comes down with the board. And
I think Vincent's doing an impressive job for the most part of the defensive rebounding. They've held him. I don't know. Does Matan have any offensive rebounds? He might have one, but
they've kept Matan off the board. But we saw some plays early in this half where Gabe had 2 in a row. Strong play that led to a layup, and then another rebound off a long shot. So YU does have a more offensive rebounds than we usually see. Right? Usually it's basically just Zucker's stat line and that's it, and the offensive rebounds. But so far we have 5 boards. Zucker has offensive rebounds. Zucker with 1, Leifer with 2, and Ryan with 2.
It pass and layup from Mount St. Vincent. But yeah, you're right. Usually the only offensive rebounds they get outside of Mountain usually are Gabe's putbacks. Sometimes I'll have like 3-4
Right.
of them on his own
where
shots.
he sets himself up.
Yeah, he just padding his offensive rebound stats.
Matan with a step through, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Ryan with another offensive board. So again, 2 more offensive boards there. We got a foul called down low. Again, still not a lot of fouls. Probably that's the 3rd or 4th team foul. Not
Matan chose the right time to pull down the offensive rebound. Clearly, he's listening in.
He's listening into the broadcast. Someone signaled him. By the way, I mean, again, it's the Skyline, not a major upset, but we do have Mount St. Mary's still holding a 4-point lead, 45-41, with 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go at Manhattan. This would be a huge road win that doesn't mean much other than pride for Mount St. Mary's, but would knock Manhattanville out.
And missed layup. Was that Matan down there?
Yeah, we've seen a couple missed layups here. Push-off. Is that an offensive foul? They call it a defensive foul. Thought I saw an arm extend there on the dribble, but they're going to call a defensive foul on that play. YU 28 points already in the first 11 minutes. 10 minutes change in the second half. So again, offense is clicking. Nice D, contested D, beautiful. Way to hold your ground. I mean, this is part of what we talked about, right? What you're actually not seeing a whole lot of tonight is the gamble with the double. You are seeing some great steals and some missed steals by an individual going past, but really you're not seeing that double, that unnecessary double that we sometimes see. And it's paying off into some solid throw. Whoa! That looked like a football play there. A nice tackle.
Who's the call on?
Unnecessary roughness. 15-yard penalty. Everyone into the Super Bowl. I think the call was actually on Wilson, on linebacker, on Cup. They just threw another flag there because they still couldn't find it. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just rehashing old times. So Gabe with the ball on the outside. Another assist. I hope they count that. I mean, this is beautiful. Gabe, I'm counting really 9 assists. The book has him at 8. If they take away his triple-double by missing the assist, to Ryan a couple of plays ago, we're going to have to call somebody.
Yeah, we have to have an investigation for fantasy purposes.
I just wonder, who's doing the book? It's always the home team, right? That's counting the live stats. That's basically sort of how it goes. That's right. If you on your FanDuel team took Gabe Leifer tonight, you're probably doing pretty well.
Ooh, that was a bit of an ugly missed layup. But again, the offense
nice
is
breakout.
crazy.
Nice breakout and finish. Really, again, Mount St. Vincent is a good team. Again, for a Skyline standpoint, they're exactly right, average. They're going to go to 7 and 8 deep. That's the second deep 3 we've seen last count. And again, I'm keeping my own book. He's 0 for 4 from 3-point land. I like to see him drive more. I really think he can slash and cut off the dribble and dish. I mean, early on in the season before the injury, we saw him take to the paint a lot and dish. Would like to see a little bit more than that. 20-point lead now down to 20 points after a few stops from Mount St. Vincent, a few scores. Gabe with the ball up top, as I like to see. Ryan wide open, and that is that is the triple-double. I don't care what the book says. That's a triple-double, ladies and gentlemen.
How many rebounds does Gabe have?
In my book, well, actually, he may not have the board, so let's check the boards. No, according to the book, he's still sitting on 7 boards, so that is not a triple-double, but I think it's coming, and I'm going with it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of time.
We got some posts on the chat.
A couple fans leaving. What do we got on the chat?
A couple fans leaving. They're trying to beat that parking. It's tough out there.
The traffic.
On the chat, even though we don't. Oh, here it is. Jay Zuckerman commented. I think Ryan Scott commented. Again, he had 33. They both commented again, and that was against Moravian in 33. And then I think the game you were talking about was they had 33 against Purchase in that 18-19 season as well. So a couple 33-point games. Thank you guys so much for looking that up. I appreciate it. But it's been a couple years, right? It's been 3 years since we've seen Gabe with this kind of output. It's definitely his highest scoring on this season.
Yeah, and
But it's
it's
awesome.
nice to
Aggression
see.
is
You
great
really
to see.
feel a throwback game right now.
And then it's I say this all the time, and maybe I'm wrong, but I always feel like I look up at the scoreboard and I think, all right, Ryan's playing a really good game, and he has a quiet 31, right? I mean,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just it's so in the flow of the game, right? That it's not. I mean, Manhattanville, you felt all of those 51 points, but these points are so in the flow of the game. 31 points again, upping his average, which I believe now should be over 28. But I'm not good at math, so don't quote me on that. Coming into the game,
If you'd asked me just watching how much I think Ryan has, it's like I would have said like 20 or something. Like it really is a quiet 31.
I agree. Like every
Said it
time
perfectly.
it's there, it's just there. I mean, listen, he is the threes, everything's so smooth and it's quick transition. Coming into the game, 27.9, so he should be with these 3 points now, averaging over 28. Still number one in all 3 divisions coming into the game and exiting this game. Portis
And
is
if you
the
talk about
line.
Max history books, the record for his season was 28.2, I think, as we found out earlier on the Max Live broadcast. So he needs to up
Oh,
it
wow.
a little bit to win, to beat that record, but he's right there.
He's going to finish with 30s down the stretch again. As the T-shirts that we're having printed up say, right? We're chasing letters, not numbers. So, the numbers just happen to come as well. But the letter tonight looks to be a big fat W. Even as this sort of peters out, we're now in a 21-point game with Mount St. Vincent going back to the line. You'll start to see, I think, some of the substitutions coming in.
I mean, I'd like to see
when we hit about the
definitely.
4 minute mark. Yeah, Jordan, listen, he hasn't played much in the second half this year in general, and we haven't seen him at all, I believe, in this second half. As I said, getting used to the role is going to be a little bit tough, but we are seeing the small ball lineup being played a whole lot more. I know Shua, you're going to take that as a sign that's the one. I do think you have to establish D with the bigger lineup, and then we're able to transition. A little more efficiency from Ethan, and and again, which we know he has. He 100% has the ability to add to that efficiency through passing, through shooting. Again, not many turnovers from White tonight, which is great to see. But would love to see Ethan with a little bit more on the offensive end.
Another great pass.
Another great pass. That's got to be 10, even if you're counting the other way. So 10 assists. Ryan with 33, 10 assists for Gabe.
I just got to see 3 more rebounds.
2 more rebounds. He's getting there. He has 8. By the way, really like what Eitan did there, turning it over on purpose so that Gabe can get more boards.
Yeah, obviously.
I like that. Really, that's what we call team play. Oren open for 3. No good in the corner. I love it better when it comes off a little bit of motion. That was an early shot clock. And a 3. He is just fun to watch. I mean, Porsic he's good. The man is good. 21 for Dan Porsic. Again, over his average. We knew he was going to get his tonight. The Max have done a really good job slowing everybody else down. Eitan, that's Batesh in the corner. Sorry for 3, I believe. That was Batesh again. Off Ryan with the steal. When we go back,
what's Eitan's line right now? Does he have any threes?
No, he does not, and he misses that again. He has not hit a 3 tonight. It's interesting. He's had a number of games this season where he'll go 0, and then you'll see him another steal by the Max. Ryan tipping it out. Ethan. Eitan. Still no. Another board for Ryan. Gabe wants to slow it down a little bit. Finally, you see the relief, by the way. See the relief on Ethan's face. There's where he goes. So really great to see. We're going to play a little bit of, brought to you by message here. Mayor, whenever you're ready, we can go for it. By the way, Shua, I'm really excited if this means that I'm going to see the Dolphin. Dolphin jumping over a basketball, which we've actually
just
not
superb
yet
work
seen
from Mayor Weisel as always. He's the guy behind the scenes of everything that we do here at Ball Habatim.
I wonder if you were in Tampa Bay, right? When I went to Tampa Bay and they had when the Rays had a array in the tank. I wonder if you're like if you grew up there, then you go to another stadium and you see you go to a Cardinals game or a Bears game and you're surprised when there's no animal. So it'd be great if we had a dolphin here. I'd love to see a dolphin in captivity.
That was probably back when they were called the Devil Rays, right?
That was when they were called the Devil Rays, and they played inside a minor league stadium. Gabe up top again, but Tesh doesn't want to pull the trigger. A little bit of a push, no call. Ethan, I don't know why we're picking up our dribble again. That was 2 times in a row with Tesh and Ethan getting a little stuck. And then we got contact again, a nice aggressive Leifer. I think we're should see some subs coming here with about 4 left, 4:13 on the clock. As Gabe goes to the line for 2. We talked about I'm expecting him to hit 65% down the stretch, so let's see him make these 2 here.
Well, if he makes it, we'll be happy. If he misses, you get to call the broadcaster jinx, so it's fine either way.
Well, I'm only happy if he gets the rebound off the broadcaster jinx. I gotta get that. I gotta get the triple double going.
Oh, he hits both, and that's
both.
His last 2 trips were
4 for 4 from the line tonight. 24 points. Again, by far his largest output of the season. Call going to the basket. I believe that was Darab with the bucket, with the hoop.
I'm surprised the refs didn't get that moving screen along the sideline with earlier in the possession in the corner. They got a lot of those, but it was a good set from Mount St. Vincent, leading to free throws.
This is going to be beautiful. Beautiful finish, beautiful game. I couldn't see, did we get any subs in there? Or are we still holding the line with 25-point lead?
Oh, you see Jordan coming in now for Ethan. I think that's it.
So it comes in, so he comes and gets Ethan. Yep, you're right, absolutely right. So he's in. We got a man bun on the run. We got Eitan with the ball. We got Batash. By the way, I'm gonna go back to the box score and look at a couple things as we stick around, when this game closes. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna have Batash playing close to 15 minutes, if not more. He misses another 3, but that's got to be at least his 5th shot. So again, a lot of action for Batash and what we might see. Again, we're not there. We don't know if Adi is there at all.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think I have Batash as 2 for 6 from 3.
But he's played, how many minutes have we got so far? Gabe offensive board and the bucket. Someone's got to be watching this. I think that gives him the
triple-double, right, Nathan?
Triple-double. Actually, this is, triple-double city. See if you can get another board just in case they go back to the book because you got to changing things on him. We got a foul and the bucket. So Gabe, triple-double as predicted by yours truly. 26 points, 10 assists, 11 boards. And now we're going to come down to it here.
Well, hopefully Bob Coleman managed to tune in for at least a little bit of this to see his
Who needs
favorite
Bob?
player.
We got Matt. We got Ryan. We don't need. Come on.
Oh, we got Matt and Ryan in the chat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for joining us, guys.
They joined us. We called them out. We got quick returns on the stat questions. It's good to see YU play. I mean, YU play YU ball. Really transition basketball, but the motion looking good and being able to transition on defense. Ooh. Yeah, you usually don't see nice move by Jordan. He had a great cut open, actually. Patesh made a great cut
I saw that
basket.
as well.
But Jordan is not the guy with eyes in the back of his head. But guess what? He can put it in. And he's been a little bit more aggressive in the second half of the season as well. Hopefully he's seeing his role. So we got the bench team in for Mount St. Vincent, but we do not have yet the bench. Ryan's still out there. The team's still out there. Max Leibowitz out there for YU was sort of the only sub right now.
We got a player down for YU in the corner. Hopefully he's all right.
That is Eitan, and that is concerning. That is really concerning, limping over there. It looked like maybe an ankle. I don't want to speculate, with OBJ injuries going around, what happened. It seems to be hobbling a little bit more than you'd expect. Team now taking him, putting him on his back and walking him to the bench. This is something you always think about and worry about when you have guys on at the end of a 24, 25 point game. But listen, they need the minutes. The lineups need the minutes. Never begrudge that.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right.
Ryan Scott really digging into the numbers here. We love it. He said it's the 8th triple-double of Gabe's career, which, by the way, is amazing, but that is second all-time in D3. It's incredible. That's incredible from any
second
standpoint.
all-time in D3?
In D3, from a career triple-double standpoint, that's amazing. Honestly, that's
thanks
really
for bringing that to us. That's unbelievable.
Nice block by Jordan. Fight for it. That's Gav, right? Is that Gav Lando out there? Fighting for it, as my daughter would say, Tom Holland. Or Spider-Man, either one goes.
We got another illegal screen.
Oh my God. If we got let's just stop screening. Sure, stop calling for all those ball screens.
That's the whole motion offense. What do you want if they stop screening? What do you want them to do?
Oh, that was a double dribble call. So not a legal screen. That was a double dribble. I was just watching the replay and Jordan didn't touch anybody, so I was really, this is beautiful.
Good on
nice
ball
play. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Is that Max in the corner?
I think it was Max, the king of the Divri Toro.
And also, listen, he has the catcher toe on him. He can dive on the ground. But that's the one thing about, you can't take away from, by the way, you can't take away from the bench. There's not a single player that comes out there that is not like 100% hustle. Everybody that comes off the bench is in the game. It's beautiful. And again, knowing that feeling, that's off the side of the basket. But knowing that feeling both of coming off the bench and being in the rotation on the Max team, it's really important. It's great that the starters, and what we love about this Max team is Ryan is usually the one, and the other guys, starters, standing up and cheering every play that the bench makes, and that's really the sign of a great team. A little poke.
Nathan, do we dare look ahead to the next game on our schedule?
There's a next game.
I can tell you
Thursday
night. I believe it's a pretty big game.
I can tell you there probably won't be the same line outside the MSAC. As we saw. Although, by the way, let's just thank in the thanking God category, which we always do. 62 degrees, a high on Thursday. So for those of you venturing out, it should be a nice warm day. It's scheduled on Thursday, so that's it's nice to see. So if you have to wait out in the cold, it won't be cold as it was on December 30th. But I don't think we're going to get the same lines. Listen, the Max faithful will be there. Hopefully the bandwagon, jumpers will jump back on and understand. Big three. Gav Landau, another big three. You know what?
I heard
not
him
saying
call
give-
bank over here.
I'm not saying give him minutes, but give him more minutes. Dude's hitting some threes when he comes in. Nice move. So as we as this half comes to a close and count down, Max hold the ball. A beautiful 90-69 win, 21-point win. A little less than they had last time these two connected at 32, but it is the first time the Max score over their average in a handful of games. And Shua, tell us why that is again.
Well, it's
Transition,
the
baby.
defense, boys.
Transition.
Yeah, transition opportunities coming out of defensive intensity. A lot of missed shots that we've secured the rebound on, and just very efficient overall offensively from YU. And it started with Gabe Leifer and his triple double. He really makes the Max offense go.
I don't know. I think Matt and Ryan just agreed to bring Jim Calhoun on the broadcast for Thursday. So, we're excited. Hopefully we can get him out here. The sad thing is that, even when we played them in that home and home, because he wasn't at the games, right? We missed the Jim Calhoun sighting in those first set of games. So it's going to be a great game. You heard it on the post game, or actually the Super Bowl post game the other night on Sunday night. Bob Quillman believes that the Max will take the game on Thursday night against St. Joe's. This should be, a great game against St. Joe's has been great. They have not, I believe, lost a game on the season. They just won again tonight, and so they've been playing incredibly well. They're going to be, by the season's end, probably in the top 5 from a ranking standpoint. They may be one of the obviously top teams. They'll probably be the top team in their region. So really great to see. Thank you guys, everyone here, for hanging out with us. It's been awesome. It's much better.
Yeah, it's nicer
Ryan's
to
comment?
do this in a win.
You see it, Ryan? you got to check out the chat on later when you get on the ball. But it's actually in the top corner. But that is fantastic. Check it. They were asking if Jim Calhoun has.
Read it. What did Ryan say?
They're asking if Jim Calhoun had Twitter. And Ryan wrote back, "I'd be surprised if he had a phone." Amazing. I can't get enough of that. Listen, if he's enjoying retirement, I hope he doesn't have a phone. I hope no one's bothering him. I hope he's hanging out with the grandkids. I hope he's doing what he needs to be there. But I hope he tunes in. To Max Live to watch. Stay tuned here. We're going to try to get on Thursday night. We're going to try to get here at the Ball Habatim. We're going to try to get a game cast going. If it doesn't happen live, it will happen recorded, and we're going to have the greatest minds in D3 joining us. Maybe even we'll have the greatest minds in Akiva Poppers join after the fact, but during the game we'll have the greatest minds join us. Hopefully Matt, Ryan, Bob. Love to get Hoopsville action there too. Again, join the bandwagon. It's not too late to join the Max here. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all this stuff. Shua, thank you. And the fans, thank you the most for not leaving me alone. As Mayor said, I'm in the 9th round of a shootout in the way this is going.
Nothing. You were awesome as always, and I'd like to reciprocate all those thank yous. And yeah, thank you to the guys who joined us. It's been fun as always, and we appreciate the support.
This is amazing. It's good stuff. Good win. Great win by the Max. 96-9. Honestly, they needed this mentally going into the St. Joe's game. Just shake off last Saturday night. This is going to be beautiful to see. Everyone have a great night. Mayor, you want to play the intro again, even though now it's an outro, if I'm using the terms correctly. Let's hit it.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
Signing.
In association with College of Mount St. Vincent Athletics, the Ball Habatim present the Yeshiva Maccabees versus the Mount St. Vincent Dolphins.